do it. Richy Rich,
Yo.
my guy.
I appreciate you, bro, for having me and for what you guys are doing, bro, with the platform. And I think that it's something that it's necessary for a lot of the up and coming and already established talents from Miami. I think that there's a lot of history and a lot of backstory to a lot of positive and good music and good content and just good everything coming out of Miami that there needs to be more light shed on. So I definitely rock with what you guys are doing, bro.
Appreciate it, dog.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate your time, your energy, and
you guys,
for everything that you've done up until now. I mean, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of sacrifice, and I'm sure you could preach to that. But at the end of the day, it's all about just connecting with like-minded people.
Yeah, man, 100%. Thanks to connecting with like-minded people, I've been able to do a lot more than what I would be able to do by myself. This isn't something that, like, I'm not one of those people that, I did everything 100% by myself. Like, there's so many people that go into what I do. Like, I have a producer. His name is Brainiac. He's a beast. He's very good at what he does, and he basically does everything with me on a production standpoint. Also have my manager, Kevin, that he's basically, he helps me move the music, defend the music, get it into places, play it at places. He really treats it like if the music was his. So that is a huge difference. It's people have to believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people aren't going to believe in what you're doing unless they see somebody else that they believe in you. You know? So I'm cool with that. If they gotta wait for somebody else to believe in me, then that's cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, shout out to
part
them.
Of the game.
Shout out to them again. They're in the building. You don't see them on the camera, but they're still here.
But yeah, bro, I think no matter what you're doing, whether it's the podcast world, whether it's music, whether it's anything, you're going to accomplish so much more working with people that have similar and different talents. Sometimes you might be really good at doing something and he might be really good at doing something else. And the fact that you guys work together, it makes something special happen, you know?
That's exactly how it came to be.
That's exactly the story.
So you know what I'm saying? That's same on my side. I'm blessed to work with people that are extremely talented. And the word that people don't like to use often, but I would like to use it, is super disciplined. They're people that they treat this like we have to make it happen tomorrow. You know, people that are all hands on deck. Like right now, I make a phone call and I need some things. We have 4 people, 5 people that are willing to make anything happen to make this take place. So that's a huge factor. I have a huge support system, and I wouldn't be able to do a lot of what I do if I didn't have my wife, my friend Brainiac, my manager. It's a team effort for I'm assuming for you guys as well.
No doubt.
That's exactly what our story is about.
No doubt.
I don't know if you want to say how we started this, or if you want me to let them know, but it's exactly what you preached.
Yeah, I moved down to Miami from Orlando, and I got a random text message from this guy saying, "Hey, look, I'm starting a podcast. I'd love to have you on as a guest. I know you do this, and that." Like, and I told him, bro, like, I've been trying to start my own version of a podcast. Like, let's link up, let's get it together. Like, let's team up and let's make this a reality, bro. Like,
and I think that that's something. Aside from that, the name that you guys gave it to, the Miami Hustle, is something that I identify a lot with. The name of your podcast, because I'm big on Miami. The music that I make is very Miami. And that's why I rock with a lot with what you guys are doing, bro. I think that you have my unconditional love and support always for whatever it is that I can do to push anything along, or to make anything, even if it's 0.1% better, bro. But I'd love to see you guys win, bro, for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But to piggyback off of what you guys were saying, so when I hit up EJ as a guest, he came over just so we can catch up, because we used to play ball together in college. And when we start catching up, I show him what I have so far and where my vision is. And all I had was $30 Amazon mics, because I've never dealt with like vocals before or video editing. Those were things that I was going to learn throughout the process, but I have a bunch of connections and a bunch of like-minded people that would love to share their story and what they're doing. So when I told EJ my vision, it didn't really match with the equipment I had. So I'm like, yo, if you know more about this than me, then let's team up right now and tell me exactly what mic to get. And we just sat down and started doing research. We were on YouTube looking up reviews, what cameras to buy. The next day I bought it. Then I was calling him at Guitar Center, yo, what stands do we need? What do I get now? And now, aside from all of that help, when it comes to the editing itself, like that's foreign language to me, but that's something that I was willing to learn. But with EJ's knowledge in that, when he's an expert in what I lack, it brings it to that
it
teamwork.
jumpstarts it.
100%.
It jumpstarts it.
It's necessary.
100%. No, and it's good that it feels good to see two people that are talented collaborate together without the ego, without anything. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many stories of people that have been teams that then end up disintegrating or falling apart because this person had this vision or this person had this. So I see it beautiful to see two people that actually put the bullshit to the side and be like, you know what? Let's actually take this seriously. Let's go all the way in with it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's kind of the same concept with everything that I stand for and do too, because it's a similar story to yours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when we got started, and I told EJ, I'm like, yo, so out of your friends, out of your people, who should we hit up? Like, who can we hit up? The first person he mentioned was you. And we went right to it and we hit you up, and it just so happened that you've been working on a new project. You just released one. Yeah. So you are the perfect guest, like you said. I mean, you're all about the hustle. You're all about Miami. And when he told me about you and I looked up your IG and your music, I was like, yo, we got to get him on ASAP.
Yeah.
Fire,
if there's somebody hustling in Miami, is this guy, dog.
I appreciate it, man. I've been working really hard for a long time to try to steer the boat in the right direction. Direction is so much more important than speed, bro. A lot of people want to move fast, but where are you going? So I have a plan. I have a goal in mind, you know, and not everybody's plan and strategy is the same. Not everybody's going to be Michael Jackson. Not everybody's going to be Bad Bunny, and I don't want to be Michael Jackson or Bad Bunny. With all the respect in the world, they're two major influences to what we do. But I want to be me, respectfully. You feel me? And I want to do me. And that's one thing that's why I told you I like the name of your podcast, because I like to incorporate Miami in a lot of what I do, not just in my music, but in the features, in the artwork, in the everything that I do. I like to incorporate Miami because I'm born and raised from Miami, and that's what I know.
No,
it's all love.
Life.
You hear it in the music.
I appreciate it.
It literally is what you emphasize, is what you're all about. Miami's been good to us,
It has.
You're just trying to repay it.
And funny story, I've known you for a long time, aside from all the music stuff too. You were a beast baseball player in school, you know, and I remember I have a lot of good memories of a lot of stuff that you've done and that I've done, and man, there's stuff that I would love to say here that I can't say. But
no doubt, dog. No doubt.
A lot of good times, bro. And that's why it makes me happy. I'm here to support not only what you guys do, and I'm grateful for your support and what you guys are doing for us. And bro, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next step, the next level. I know that you guys are destined for bigger and better things. So this is the beginning of a lot of good things to come.
No doubt. You're literally a big brother to me. So
I appreciate you, bro.
We're in this together, my dog.
Life, bro.
So I was listening to all your music, and I feel like it's, to my thing, the most powerful is that you speak about what you go through as an individual, like just living in Miami, and also you're able to mix the culture of Miami and the Spanish music and the Latin music within the English. So is that something that like you've always wanted to do, or is that something that you recently started messing with?
I grew up listening to it, and I was a fan of a lot of that music growing up because it was like urban, like rap, but it was like Spanish salsa, so it was kind of danceable and it was kind of like tropical too. So I liked the blend of those two things as a kid growing up. I used to listen to a lot of the people that I had the privilege of working with on this album, Mis Raíces, that I recently dropped on February 17th. And basically, growing up listening to a lot of these people, these were influences in my music, but a lot of the music I made, and he knows because he was there from the very beginning, was real just rap and R&B, and kind of just like, it wasn't anything in Spanish. So the older I got, I started realizing that I did get the privilege of collaborating with artists from Miami that are on the rap and the hip hop side. but I didn't get the feedback and the support that I felt that I deserved with all the work and the time and the videos and the stuff that I was putting in. I felt like I wasn't moving at the rate and at the pace that maybe I wanted to move. And it got to a point where literally there was just one day that I was at work and I ended up sending a message to Don Dinero, who is a legend in the Cuban rap Latin hip hop movement. He's actually the first Cuban American rapper to sign a joint venture with Universal. So basically, he's not signing his rights and his music away to become a superstar. He's signing a business deal where we meet halfway. First person to do that.
That's crazy.
He's also somebody that he's opened a lot of doors for a lot of artists, for people like Pitbull. He's worked with, like when no one worked with him, he's worked with a lot of up and coming talent. And I was blessed to send him a message, bro, basically just telling him, yo, I remember listening to your music growing up. I have a lot of love and respect for you, bro. I remember that the person that gave me his CD was actually my dad. Wow. My dad gave me the CD and told me, oh, this is a Cuban rapper. You got to listen to him. And I was a kid, and I remember being in the car and listening to it. And it's crazy that now I have, aside from the fact that I've been super blessed to work with him on my album, I have a great friendship with him, and he's a big brother to me, you know? And he's somebody that taught me the music business side of this that I had no idea even existed. You know,
that's interesting.
So no, it wasn't always in my plan, but he changed that for me, and he basically, my name used to be a different artist name, wasn't even Richy Rich, and then one day when he got in the booth to record the song that me and him were gonna make, it was a salsa rap song, and in the beginning of the song, he knew my name was Richard, and he just said, Richy Rich, in the beginning of the song, and all of us looked at each other in the room like, that's not my name, but that's going to be my name. And we ran with it from then and ever since then. And I think it's better because I identify a lot more with that because my real name is Richard. So it's not like a fake artist name or, you know. I want to keep a lot of what I do true to me, which is why I don't experiment or I stay in my lane musically. What I make is a lot of rap, trap, hip-hop, but with Cuban rhythm.
Yeah.
You know?
And you said he's like your big brother, and EJ said that you're like his big brother. So I'm wondering, did you get into music? Because for those that don't know, EJ is a producer and an engineer, and he can make amazing beats, like just for fun, honestly. I feel like it's within him, and he's also always willing to learn new things and try new things. So I'm wondering, did you start music because of him?
Literally in this guy's crib, we're sitting there. He's on a piano. We're recording into a mic right over it. He's got a 808 snare kit that he got from a CD from some guy. We're putting it into the computer. I forget the program. It was Sony something.
Sony Acid Pro.
Bro, that's throwback.
Long time ago, bro.
Yeah. So we're there putting things together, and we're coming up with songs in his crib.
That's hilarious.
He literally put me on to how to get music, because I had a piano, but I had never done anything recording into a computer until I saw, it is possible to do it through a program, put everything where you want it, line it up, and you can make songs from scratch.
We were making whole ass songs there from my mom's house.
No, and that's the beginning stage of when you can do it. You could not do that before. It was the first time in history you can make in your crib a song and not have to go to a studio.
100%.
I feel like just letting those creative juices flow are the most fun thing to do. And bro, if you remember, one of the first days that we ever met, what did we do? One of the first days ever at Southeastern, where we went to college.
Dude, we recorded a song.
In the dorm.
Yeah, I've been taking that skill everywhere I've gone. Everywhere I go.
I'm telling you, and I think to me, I'm assuming it's the same for you. It's like in Spanish you say un desahogo. It's like a release. It's almost like you get away from regular everyday life, and you kind of just, you build based on what you feel. You know, music is a feeling, and the same way that music is a feeling, music is like food, bro. Not everybody likes everything. So just because you don't like tomatoes doesn't mean that people don't sell millions of dollars worth of tomatoes every year.
Definitely.
So
it's a good way to look at it.
You know, and it feels good to hear what you just said, bro, because even when we were doing it in the beginning, he was somebody that he wasn't just sitting next to me watching what I was doing. He would always be like, no, I think you should do this, and you should, this will sound better. Maybe we should do this. And he was always trying, like, you know, to steer it in a way that we would always work together. I'm not one of those people that I'm like, no, like, everybody has their vision and we collaborated. And a lot of that music that's even like 20 years old or 15 years old, if you really go back to it, like, there's something there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something there. So
it's the beginnings of a blossoming, no 100%. Doubt.
And yeah, bro, I'm excited to work on future projects with you too, bro.
We're gonna get in the lab.
How did you guys meet?
I would say Mylander, right?
Yeah. So like a summer camp. Me and this guy played in a tennis tournament.
Yeah. I had never played tennis before, but they made us all play.
Tennis is tough. Tennis is
tough.
I tried once.
I have a memory of me holding a trophy, so I think we won it.
I remember holding one too. Yeah.
No, I think that was back in the days. There was no participation trophies. Let me tell you. But
but aside from that, I would have to say, like, my fondest memories that I have with him would be more on the baseball field.
No doubt.
Because
you guys played in high school?
Yes. Yeah, bro.
What high school?
We were locker mates. Literally next to me was him, and we were in the corner. So, and I was a freshman on varsity. This guy's a junior. He's one of the captains on the team.
What high
Catcher, stud, American high school. American senior high. Okay. So, this guy's the captain. He's taking me under his wing. I'm next to him. I'm probably like 4'11".
But he was always really, really, like, he was the first one to show up to practice, you feel me? And I relate a lot to, like, that because I wanted it, bro, you know? Like, I'm one of those people that I was early, bro. I would practice on the side. Aside from our regular practices, I was paying trainers to do BP and do this and a bunch of other stuff, bro, to try to get to where we wanted to go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And definitely the best memories I have, bro, I would have to say, how about this? Since we got time, I'm going to say a story.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I have one that there was a game, bro, that we played against Florida Christian. And I'm not sure. I think you were there because...
Yeah, no, I remember Florida Christian. It was in the preseason.
Yes. So there's also... It was a year before, but you were still there. You were there. And there's this guy called Andrew Delanuez. Do you remember Andrew Delanuez?
I do.
Okay. Andrew Delanuez is at a meeting at the back of where the game ends. Like, you know, when the game finishes, the coaches go to the outfield and they do like a little huddle on the floor with the players and they talk. And we got murdered that day. So the coach is like, you guys fucking suck. Like a bunch of shit, telling us a bunch of shit. And right there in the middle of all that game, when it started, one of our players hit a line drive off of the pitcher's head. Bing, bah! Hit him in the head, right? The kid ended up falling on the floor. They took him out on an ambulance. The game kept going. When the game ended, I guess that kid's name was Connor. I don't remember what his name was. We're all in the outfield, bro. And the other team's coach walks over to our huddle and is like, hey, we want to get together, both of the teams, and do like one huddle together so that we can say a prayer for Connor. And I knew that was a bad idea with our players. You feel me? And
we had delinquents, bro.
Brother, when we end up going over there, in my head, I'm already saying, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah.
We sit down, and I already knew one of my guys was going to say something stupid, bro. And sure enough, when everybody takes a knee, they're saying a prayer for this guy, all you hear is a loud-ass fart, bro. And everybody's, like, cracking up in the middle of the prayer. And bro, disaster, bro. Like,
but that's American.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a lot of stories like that, bro. But I have my biggest memories with him, I would have to say, are on the baseball field.
Yeah.
A lot.
Who farted though? Was it you?
No.
Okay, I thought that's what
I'm more decent than that.
Nah. I don't even want to say his name.
No, you don't. You don't need
throw him under the bus.
But that's the quality of characters we were around, and it makes you better.
Nah,
honestly,
I'm super happy and grateful for those moments, bro.
True words spoken from a leader, I feel like.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, he would be on a team with a lot of people that were older than him and had, like, maybe playing a position longer than him or whatever, and he would go in there and like show off, bro. He's here. I've seen him there. Like when they give him an opportunity against somebody that's really throwing hard or whatever, bro, he'll hit it off the fence, a home run, or this and that. I've seen him prove a lot of people wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so I identify myself a lot with
I saw the same thing from what he went through in college.
You know,
proving people wrong left and right.
So
yeah, man, it just takes hard work. And when I was little, when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I wasn't the best player. And then you see over time that, oh, you can catch up to anybody because you're gonna outwork them, and you can't fake work. The work is undeniable. Over time, it takes experience to get better. And when people are gifted it, they usually take it for granted, and you're gonna be able to catch up, if not surpass them.
100%. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Those are facts.
True.
But yeah, nah, bro, definitely.
Well, speaking of that, how does that? So, I love telling people that the best thing you could do with a child is put them into a sport, because it teaches a lot of discipline, like you said. So I feel like that transitions a lot into the music or into the passion that you have. So how do you see that work with all the songs that you've made and all of the relationships that you've built and just nonstop working harder than others?
Bro, to be honest with you, it's not always positive, sunflowers, butterflies, and rainbows. It's not always like the best moments. You're gonna lose more than you win in this industry for sure. So you gotta learn how to live with that. You know what I'm saying? And learn how to keep the ball rolling. Not everybody's gonna see your vision. Not everybody's gonna care about what you're working on or see all the sacrifice and the time and the energy and the money that you've invested into things. Not everyone's gonna value that the same way because they didn't have to work for it like you did. So at the end of the day, bro, I try not to let people take the fun out of it for me. You know what I'm saying? I try not to have people bring their negative energy, vibes, problems, and things and affect the movement of what I'm doing. There's going to be people that are going to pull you into the darkness, and then there's going to be people that can pull you into the light. You know what I'm saying? Whether they pull me this way or pull me this way, the goal is to keep running.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's where I'm at right now mentally, not just in music, in life. I don't want to waste a minute anymore of my life doing something that isn't valuable to me or to somebody that I care about, or that isn't building or constructive in some way, shape, or form. I'm trying to turn one into two, bro. You feel me? And if we keep waiting isn't going to bring anything. So that's the goal right now. The goal is to continue to work hard, bro. And the way that I apply it, which is I think is what you were asking, is just staying focused even when I'm down, even when I'm up, when I'm happy, when things aren't rolling my way, when they are. Even when things are rolling my way, I use it as an excuse to work harder. You feel me? And when things aren't rolling my way, I use it as an excuse to work harder. It's time to work harder. So I just I try to stay focused on me and not let people pull me in too many different directions, because everybody has a vision or a goal. But if it worked for you, then why do you want me to do it? You know what I'm saying? That's your thing.
Nah, yeah, and that's what defines a professional is.
Oh, everybody has the solution, right? But nobody ever really is applying it. Like, how many times you make music? So how many times have you been around somebody that tells you, yo, I think you need to do house music, bro. You should do something more like electronic music, and you should do something more like reggaeton, bro. Why don't you try Spanish? Why don't you try Portuguese, bro? Bro, everybody's gonna bring an idea to the table. It's like, you should do this, you should do that. Bro, but at the end of the day, is that you?
That's
you
what
feel
matters.
me?
Yeah.
Is that you? Are you being you there? You feel what I'm saying? And that's important to me. You feel me?
If you're being you, then it's gonna come natural. And anybody that has a passion, if you're fueled by your passion, you're never going to run out of energy. And I feel like time and energy are the two most valuable things a human being could have.
100%.
So if you're dedicating most of your time and your energy into your passion, then a lot of blessings are going to come your way, and they're going to unfold without you necessarily planning for it. It'll just happen. Like, I don't know if luck exists or if people are lucky, but what I do know is that it favors hard workers, because if you're prepared for your opportunity, then it will happen. Like, it'll just come to you.
100%.
But if you're not prepared, you can chase it. You can chase it all you want.
You can try to force it and everything.
You're gonna spend time and energy on something that maybe isn't your passion, and you can chase it all you want, but it's not gonna come. And then you might get frustrated. And if you're feeling frustrated instead of feeling grateful, you're already headed in the wrong direction.
Which is why I tell you, I try to remain level-headed, bro.
Yeah.
I try not to lean too much this way or too much this way, and never forget that the goal here is to keep the ball rolling, bro. Once the ball stops rolling is when you lost. So for me, like I told you, the goal for me is just to keep working hard, bro.
Is music something you were doing while playing baseball?
Yes.
When did you find out music was your, like, when did you start writing and like really realize that this is your passion, this is what you love, and this is what you're going to pursue no matter what?
I always wrote music, even at a young age. I would write like verses and stuff like that in a notebook and stuff. But when I really started taking it seriously, I would have to say was I had already finished high school and everything, because my main focus was baseball when I was in high school. And after that, I had a little bit of experience with college ball, which was brief. And then I came back to Miami. I went to upstate New York to a place called Ulster County. And I came right back, I would say less than 6 months later. And after I came back, I was pretty sold on the fact that what I wanted to do, you know? So when I came back, I started just really diving in entirely. I would still dibble and dabble in music at younger ages, is what I'm saying. But when I'm saying, when I really said, like, I'm going to do this shit, for real, like, I'm going to go all in with this shit.
How old were you when you recorded your first song? Like, with that mindset of, I'm going all in?
I would say, like, 19.
Nice.
20, something like that. I've put skin in the game, bro. It's been a long time.
That's necessary. It's the only way.
It's been a long time. I've been making music, I would say now, for like 16 years, bro. So I'm 32. I just turned 32 recently. And yeah, bro, it's something that, like I said, a lot of people use it as their hobby. You feel what I'm saying? And a hobby is something you do para pasar tiempo, or to, you know what I'm saying? Have time go by.
Yeah.
This is not a hobby for me.
Now you can't
feel
compete
me?
if you're doing it as a hobby.
And I'm doing what I love to do aside from you know, the experience. This is what I genuinely love to do. I'm not somebody that I say, oh, I love to make music because I want to be famous, or I want to be, everybody wants to be famous. But the goal for me is to make good music. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be in the rooms with the best. I want to be a part of the biggest records that ever existed. I want to do legendary shit. I'm not trying to just, you feel what I'm saying? Like, spit a hot 16 or no. Like, I want to do big things, bro. I want to hopefully be the face of what Miami urban music is, you know, but I don't feel like I feel like a lot of times when we look at the industry and what it is today, it's become a lot more the streets and a lot less the music. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times, and it's become a lot more the numbers and a lot less the music. So like, people will support some whack ass shit if it has like 100,000 views and homeboys selling out shows. They'll know the shit is whack, but they'll still support it because he's popping. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like we live a lot of that in today's generation. We don't have a lot of like, damn, I genuinely like what this person is doing right now. Like, I feel like, for example, there's a lot of people making good music, don't get it twisted. But what I mean to say is back in the day, you would come across a lot more bodies of work, like works, albums, things that you would come across and be like, damn, bro, like this whole album is a vibe, is a whole like moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's become such a singles industry that it's like microwavable. It's just like the music doesn't last.
Yeah. Is it because it doesn't have as much impact, or is...
I think a lot of times too, people used to pour their heart and soul into what they used to do. Not saying that people don't now. That exists now.
Yeah.
But like, for example, I don't want to use no names, but you get what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I get exactly what you're
100%.
saying, and I feel like, in my opinion, I think it's because the record labels nowadays are more focused on signing ignorant rappers that, you know, haven't really learned the game or the ins and outs, so they can get them on a deal where they make more profit, because at the end of the day, it is a business. So they're going to sign the guy that has a good flow and is ignorant, as opposed to the guy that has good lyrics and knows his ins and outs about the business, because he might counter your offer or maybe not even accept yours. So they kind of, from what I see, they're rolling with the ignorance, and then that's where sometimes
I don't think it's
feel
the
like
ignorance. I think you say ignorance because ignorance sells. So what happens is on social media, if you're doing numbers, that's what they're worried about. There's people that aren't even really rappers or singers or artists, but they are now artists or considered artists because
The following. And it's because the big business just wants eyeballs so that they can...
Now, there's success stories. For example, I'm going to use a name. Look at Cardi B, bro. You feel me? Yeah. At one point, Cardi B was a stripper that has stacked up enough bread to invest in herself and made something happen. You feel what I'm saying? Now, was she always a rapper? Maybe. We don't know that. I don't know that. But what I'm saying is there's people that really have like I want to give her flowers, bro. By the way, she's won Grammys for Album of the Year and a bunch of big stuff, bro. And she's Hispanic and Latin, and I support all that stuff. But I mean more to say, like, for example, there's people like that don't really maybe get the light that they deserve and are artistically talented as hell. There's a guy called Eric Bellinger. There's a guy called, what's his name? Brent Fayaz. Have you heard his music?
No.
Off the chain, bro.
Yeah.
Like, look at Tory Lanez, bro.
Tory Lanez.
You don't think Tory Lanez should be bigger than what Tory Lanez is? Tory Lanez a superstar.
Yeah, I think he's huge.
but is he on the level of Drake?
No, not even close.
But you don't think musically he deserves that?
I think he's better.
You get what I'm trying to tell you?
I feel you. It's not fair.
I think he deserves to be in that conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's a lot of times that the game isn't fair, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't designed to be. That's why it's called the music industry. Mm-hmm. It's a business.
Yeah.
And
speaking of business, when you say that this isn't a hobby to you, I respect that, because you don't really make plans for your hobby. You kind of just do it for fun, like you said, to pass time. You don't make business moves with your hobbies. You do it with something you're passionate about that you want to build. You want to have a brand. You want to create a business. So to be able to help others at the end of the day, hire more people. And how are you able to not only work on your music, but also work on the business side? Like, did somebody teach you that side, or you started like learning yourself?
I wasn't really deep in that world. I didn't know a lot about that because I was so lost in the creation side of the music, which is just stuck in a studio working every day. But it got to a point where when I met Don Dinero, which is the guy that I was talking about, he's like a pioneer, bro, for Latin and rap and hip hop. Bro, we're talking about someone that's gone to the Latin Grammy, somebody that's he's done big things, bro. Performed with Don Francisco and done big things. Yeah. And this guy literally, he put me on my feet and introduced me to that side of the world. You know what I'm saying? He took me on a press run, on a media tour, and I was able to meet all these TV channels. I performed on Despierta América. I performed on Telemundo. I performed on the Spanish TV channels, La Mega, on America TV. I performed on a lot of,
He really put you under his
Miami
wing.
Stuff. He taught me the game, and aside from that, he really taught me in depth, like everything. It's too much to say, but I'm not gonna lie. He really just he went above and beyond to make sure that I know what I'm doing.
He's like,
and that I know what I need to do to make sure that everything is where it needs to be.
Yeah. That's
we all need a
No,
mentor. No doubt.
definitely. I guess that's a more accurate word. I consider him a big brother because I have love for him, and he's somebody that I hold close on a personal level. But aside from that, he is a mentor to me, a huge mentor to me. And he's actually the first person to say, I'm going to give this guy a shot. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me about, when it comes to business, I see you have these CDs on here. What made you think about that in a world where we're all just streaming nowadays?
Well, I started seeing that a lot of big artists, for example, Taylor Swift, even Bad Bunny, a lot of rap and hip hop artists, they still sell vinyls, they still sell CDs, and they make money off of it. Maybe not the way that they used to, but I want you to realize something. Even though that the game has changed, in order for you to make $1 off of a stream, You have to stream the song X amount of times. And for one stream, you get paid 0.17 zeros with 7896464. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? Per stream.
Ridiculous.
Right? You get like a fraction of a $1.
That's true. We'll screenshot
stream.
that. Because
You
I've
feel
seen
me?
it. Yeah.
And then
people don't know.
when you really think about it, you know, I made these CDs. These CDs will run you $3, $4, $5 to make a CD, and depending on how many you buy, you know what I'm saying. And you sell each one for $20. You sell 80 CDs, you make $1,600. So you weren't gonna make that with the streaming if your money, if your music isn't moving maybe at the level that you want it to move. So I recognize that I'm not where I want to be, but at the same time, I also recognize that I'm doing what a label would do with an artist without the label. I made my own CD that there's over 8 or 9 features of people that have won Grammys on this CD. You know what I'm saying? All off of the strength and the love and the good music, the face, the hustle, the hunger for more. You know, I've been able to work with people that have already done stuff bigger than me, and I've been blessed enough to not only have them on my project, but I've been able to participate on a lot of other people's projects and music, and been able to work on a lot of bigger things than just what we're doing right now. So, but yes, from the business side, the CD stuff isn't something that maybe is seen like how it used to be, but it's something that we're not trying one avenue. We're trying all avenues. Even vinyls are coming soon too. I'm gonna have them too. So I'm gonna have everything on deck. So
To that,
we don't
I'ma
need a
say-
label.
We are the label.
Yeah, I'm gonna say to that, Richy Rich out here,
Mis
just
Raíces out now.
Yeah.
buy the CD,
All
buy the
digital
physical
platforms.
copy, because what the physical copy does and shows, to me, it's like an action figure for a rapper. Like, this is real. This is time and
Tangible.
dedication put into this album, and now you have it. It's tangible, and plus, you're really supporting and showing love to the actual artist, not the streamers of the world.
Yeah.
You're not just supporting a stream, which is what he explained, barely a cent, not even a penny. You're showing love by supporting his physical copy of the album and having it forever. So I just go out there and get Richy Rich. I feel like that's a
appreciate
new
that, man.
wave. I think you're gonna put a lot of artists after this episode gets dropped. You're gonna put a lot of Miami artists on this wave, and you're gonna bring back the real mixtape, but actual albums, and like you said, like just records, like
Yeah.
for real. Because
Yeah,
that's how
man.
to really, just let me emphasize one more time, that's really how to support the actual artist. If you want to support the artist, you buy a physical copy. A stream is just gonna be a stream. It'll do more to you and your like endorphins and like you listening to it than it will do to the artist. So just buy a physical copy.
No, when you really think about it, they upload it to a cloud, right? Where you then stream it, right? But over time, you never had that in your hand. You get what I'm saying? It gets lost like everything else in your phone that you aren't on top of.
Yeah.
So the purpose and the goal is the same way. Like, we're gonna do flyers. We're treating it like it's 2009, and we have a street team, and we're gonna pass out CDs, and we're gonna be at the festivals performing.
This is all marketing. Big enterprise companies spend multi-millions of dollars on marketing. And that's what you need to do too as an artist. Like, they do it at the level to take over the world with the click of a button through the money that they have. But you gotta market yourself, and you gotta go out there and give people physical.
The other day I
copies.
was driving on the Palmetto back from down south, and I saw a billboard of an artist promoting his album.
We're gonna have a billboard of the Miami Hustle.
Fire.
You gotta
Yeah,
do
bro.
it.
Fire.
If this is your city and you love your city, you gotta put yourself out there and let the city love you too. You gotta let them know who
100%,
you are.
Yeah.
And that's
100%.
investment. Like, I remember we were talking about this off camera, but you gotta be wise with the money you spend. You gotta spend it if you're gonna be able to make more from it. Like, only spend money that is for you and like your happiness if you're able to. Don't just be out here spending money and then not have money to invest, because that's really what matters in the long run.
100%. Aside from working on all the content, which if you know what goes into being an independent artist, you gotta pay for a video. You could imagine, give or take, what a music video costs. You gotta find cars, girls, this, depending whatever it is that your vision is. But you could imagine how extensive and lengthy that can run you financially. right? Then we jump into the actual creation side of the music. So you're gonna be making a beat or you're gonna buy one, right? So you're gonna spend what, $200 on a beat, give or take. Then you're gonna have to get your music mixed and mastered. So then you're gonna spend another $200 or $100 getting your music mixed and mastered. We're about $500 to $1,000 in, and that's just on the song. We haven't even started the video. So when you really think about it, like, the game is really designed for you to lose, bro. You're gonna lose a lot more than you win because you have to put so much in. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that you have to love what you do. If this isn't something that you love, this is not something that you should be doing. You need to be extremely passionate about this. And I'm sure that he knows and he's seen it. He's seen the growth. He's seen what it is to work on a Sony Acid Pro, to being able to record myself on Pro Tools, or we'll make our own beats. We've edited our own videos. We've tried our best to not have to depend on nobody. And I feel like due to the fact that we've, in Spanish se dice chocado contra la pared, like we've crashed against that wall over and over and over and over and over, it got to a point where we became comfortable with it, and I feel really good about what we're doing, you know? Like, I feel like I'm not at a master level maybe at everything, but I feel like every day we get closer to that, and I feel like I've learned a lot musically over the course of maybe these past 2 to 4 years, working with a lot of musicians, live instruments, piano players, trombone players. It's a blessing to be able to see a side of music that it wasn't maybe what I had in mind or what I anticipated for myself, but it's something that I truly love, enjoy, and I have a passion for this Cuban rap music that we're working on, because it's something that, like I said, I identify a lot with my roots, which is Miami, which is my Cuban culture, which is why the name of the album is called Mis Raíces, which translates to my roots in Spanish. Aside from the fact that the artists that I collaborated with on this are people that I grew up listening to, people that did this style of music when I was beginning. You know what I'm saying? So
yes. Speak about your roots. Are you Cuban?
I am Cuban American. I was not born in Cuba, but I was born in Hialeah Hospital. That's like saying the same thing. That's like saying you're born in Cuba. So, no, I'm just playing. But no, I'm blessed to be born here. I'm blessed to be American, and I love the country that we live in. I think that there's no greater country than the one that we live in.
Yes, sir. And
I'm super prideful on that. Aside from that, the next album that we're going to drop is called YUMA. And if you're Cuban American, you know that the word somewhat translates to the United States. It translates to Miami. It translates to the Cuban side of what the United States is. It's over here. It's Miami. So that's the name of the album that we're running with. It has a lot of salsa singers. We were blessed to work with a lot of big people on that album. And the name of the album, Yuma, is with Edika, who is a legend in reggaeton, in Cuban music, in Cuban rap. He's also a pioneer and someone that's a staple in the game, that he's opened doors for so many people. Like I said, I don't have just the support of one person. I have the support of him. Domingo is another legend in the game too. He's the guy that sings Jimmy, Copacabana. And Miami, for real,
it's a hit. It's a hit.
Yeah, he's on my album twice. With Don Dinero, who's another one that's on one of those songs with him, and called Pana Pana. It's a legendary record here for people here in Miami. I'm super blessed, man, to work with people that I grew up listening to, people that I admire, not just on a musical level, but on a personal level. And
I think you're doing it right, because you're building from your hometown and your city, Miami, and everything that has to do with the Cuban culture as well. You're mixing the two, and then you're gonna get a real solid following and respect from that before you really blow up to show the world who you really are. And I feel like a lot of times people sometimes they blow up before really like cementing their roots and their core fans. And then they got to go hope that these streams add up to fans and value and respect. And that's why a lot of people are out here trying to earn respect constantly. If you have respect from the beginning, you're good. Like, you can go wherever you want.
No, yeah. It's good on them. They recognize your talent, and they realize. Like,
super blessed, bro. Like I said, not everybody has the ability to have like 2 or 3 or 4 OGs in the game that are people that have 20 years of skin in the game. They've been through the ups and the downs, the good, the bad. They've seen the pretty and the ugly of the industry. And I have, you know, I won't say that they're holding my hand through the process, but they've definitely, they've shed light on things that I didn't even know existed. You get what I'm saying? And it's definitely broadened my horizon on the business side. And on top of that, these people are extremely talented musically. These are people that are very good at what they do. And they mean something to us in the Cuban community because they were the first. Aside from being the first, musically, these people are super talented. Edicado, Don Dinero, Domingo, these... Mm-hmm. They're legends in the game.
No, yeah, you can hear it in the music. The music is fire, dog. The last album is disgusting.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I heard one of his songs and like instantly it just took me back to a family party where everybody can enjoy it, and it's one of those songs that it'll get everybody to naturally get up and start dancing and then ask about, you know, who this artist was after because they enjoyed the song so much in the moment, and then after they dance and have a good time, they're gonna be like, yo, who was that? Play that again. Like, who's Richy Rich? Like, let's get on Richy Rich. And then they're going to see the rest of the album, and it's just going to be life-changing.
Thank you,
especially from Miami. Like, you have that Miami sound on all levels, like English, Spanish. And when you mix the two, I feel like it's going to create a perfect storm. You're just going to ride a crazy wave and just put the city on the map.
That's what we wanted to do, to stay away from what everybody else was doing, because I feel like everybody else... It's sad, but a lot of people sound the same. Everything kind of just sounds the same, you know? Mm-hmm. Not saying for everybody. There's a lot of people that have unique sounds. For example, when we first heard The Weeknd, I would assume that when you guys first maybe heard The Weeknd for the first time, we're like, wow, what is that?
Yeah,
Who
that's
is
talent.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take anything away. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of copies. There's a lot of people that are babies and sons of that style that maybe they did not create, but they created a career based on somebody else's like image, style, vibe, musically. And I want to stay away from that, bro. You know, I don't want to copy nobody. I don't want to sound like nobody. I don't want to nothing. I might not be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody might not like it, and that's cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want the people that do like it to enjoy it, and that's the whole goal of it. I make music for my people, for Miami, for Cubans, for Latinos, for anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I identify a lot with that because I know what it's like. For example, I'm so Cuban and so Hispanic that I'm technically not all the way American, I guess you can say, for your all the way American person. But for the Cuban person, we're American. So we're caught in between these two, you know what I'm saying? Like backgrounds and styles of upbringings and cultures. You know what I'm saying? That I know what it's like to listen to Los Bambang, a salsa orchestra, and I know what it's like to listen to NBA Youngboy in my car. I can enjoy them both. Yeah. So, like...
I'm right there with you.
My goal is to be able to create a product that you can listen to with maybe your mom and your dad, but that you don't feel is something that your mom and your dad would listen to by themselves. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, 100%. This is something that it sounds like Miami. So
it brings people together.
100%. Yeah. Definitely. It's definitely a fusion of two different worlds. You know what I'm saying? It's what I was going for.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Nah, something I enjoy that you do is you make the music from scratch. Like you put the effort into not getting a sample, not getting this or that. You're doing it, recording live musicians, doing everything from scratch with your vision, and you see it in the music. It's authentic. It's super authentic.
I love that, bro. To be honest, that was kind of new to me. That's something that I would say started in like the past 2 to 3 to 4 years, but it's something that it opens your eyes. It lets you know, like, man, like, you think, like, because you have all this knowledge about, like, the hip-hop game and hip-hop culture and the Cuban music that maybe your parents put around you and this, you get to meet one of these musicians. And then, like, I met the trombone player that played on all these songs. His name is Pote. The guy shows up, and the guy's super humble, super nice guy. This guy's played trombone for Gente de Zona, played trombone for Carlos Manuel, for a bunch of huge names in the Spanish world. And this guy's somebody super humble, man. But when you see how musically gifted and talented, this guy doesn't even fucking warm up, bro. Opens that shit, pulls it out. He's like, you ready? like that, like
Yeah.
that you're like, wow, bro,
Yeah.
like wow.
Nah, it's impressive when somebody's
Like,
great at
you know,
it.
I want to shed some light too on another producer that I work with. His name is J Pro. He's somebody that, man, like super beast, bro. The guy is like, he plays multiple instruments himself. He's a beast engineer. He's a beast everything. The guy, everything he puts his hands on, he's an animal, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm super blessed to have worked with him on this album and on the next album that we're gonna drop next called YUMA, which was the one I was saying that I'm gonna work on with the legend Edika. And I'm super excited, man, for you guys to listen to what I got coming up next. Because it's really what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's really the Cuban music with trap music, with rap music, with hip hop. I don't know if you guys have heard of orishas. It's like an old Cuban rap and hip hop too. And we want to basically bring like the 2.0 of what that used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was more boom bap. We want that to sound more like today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this album really embodies that. This album, I have features on the album. Obviously, the album is me and Edika, but aside from us, we have La Diosa, which is, she just got here from Cuba. She's doing big things right now. She has a big show. She's going to perform at the Watsco Center on April 20th. Also have Carlos Manuel, who's a salsa legend too on the album. We have El Funky, who was on the song Patria y Vida. A lot of big names in the Spanish world and in the Cuban community on the next album that we're gonna drop. And I'm just super confident in the music, bro. I feel like
I'm confident for you. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm so excited. I've never been so excited for something because I know that the music is the best music that I've ever worked on in my life, bro.
Yeah.
For
when I
sure,
heard it,
without a
it
doubt.
sounds very refreshing to the ears because I feel like today, especially in the rap game, you're used to 808s, and that 808 mood is different than that salsa mood. If you know about salsa, if you know anything about Miami and Cuban culture and salsa, when you hear a salsa song, you instantly feel it. It's in you, like it's in your blood, and it gets you dancing, it gets you going, it gets the vibes are just up and happy and smiling, and just life is beautiful, life is great. And sometimes 808s don't give you that. 808s give you that like workout, you know, that workout mood, that pissed off, that like kind of vibe. So I love what you're doing with the music, being a rapper in this industry, like trying to just brighten everything up and bring in the culture.
Yeah, bro, definitely. Nah, but don't get it twisted, because the album got a whole lot of 808s, bro. So you might hit the gym with this salsa
Fire,
shit.
that's perfect.
So
that's
to
a
be honest
beautiful
with
balance.
you,
right
I'm
there.
gonna let you know, this is definitely like, it's something new. This is definitely something that hasn't been done before.
Yeah, I was about to say your style is unique. It's revolutionary almost.
appreciate
in
it,
that
man.
you're doing old school Cuban style and you're throwing trap 808 beats into it and singing and rapping on top of it.
It's
which
been
is
done.
underrated.
It's been done, but I don't think it's been done with the full blown like trap and have maybe the boom bap and some hip hop and a rap song but predominantly it's trap. So like, for example, we have the song we have with La Diosa is it's like a trap timba record, salsa record. So it's like the salsa that really makes you want to dance with a trap song. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So, you know, when you listen to like Miami commercials and stuff, they always put like the piano, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going for basically that with trap music. It's gonna sound like Miami.
Yeah.
It sounds like Miami, for sure, all the way around.
This is just like a curious question, but as an artist, if you got music coming out and you feel like it'll hit the fans, do you ever try to like hit up certain DJs that you know are playing in like Wynwood or certain areas that you know it's gonna hit, like maybe on 8th Street, you know, that type of vibe, and get good with them and let them know, look, this is the wave, this is the future? And
to be honest with you, bro, instead of having them play it, the goal is once we do have the music out, we're gonna be performing up and down 8th Street.
Fire,
So we will call you so you can come and see it live that day.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, bro. The goal is to be able to stand up there and give you a show, not just 16 bars. I want to be able to go up there and you're gonna see a show. You're gonna see a drummer. You're gonna see a piano player. You're gonna see a trombone player, a trumpet player. The goal is to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to do something that isn't just for the younger crowd. I want something that's for everybody. I'm thinking bigger than just performing here or there. I'm trying to do something that's bigger than what's already been done before, you know? I want to, aside from staying in my lane, I think that this is something that not everybody is doing this like this as a concept for an album. So I'm dropping not one song like this. I'm dropping 15 songs like that. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to do the math later when you sit down and think what it costs to put together a salsa band for 15 songs and then shoot 4 music videos for one album and have 4 more on the way and not be signed to a record label. You feel me? So that's what I say when people tell me, oh, I make music, I do this. Bro, I literally, once I learned everything I learned from Don Dinero, from Domingo, from the people that I'm around, I literally said I don't need nobody. And I'm going to do all of this by myself with the people that I have around me. I don't need anybody else aside from the people that you see standing right there.
Yeah, shout out to everybody behind the scenes,
the squad
out here supporting always. And like, it definitely is a big investment no matter what you do.
You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody going to believe in you, bro. You have to believe it first.
Yep.
A lot of people, they need to realize too that it's okay to have a job while you're grinding because you need to pay for your grind. So speak on that a little bit about like how it is to just not only follow your passion but also have a job while doing that and trying to find that balance of doing both at a high level.
Well, definitely it's something that is very time consuming because you have to dedicate some of your day to somebody else's dream. So, but the problem with it is that I'm at a position where since I don't have a label, I have to be able to come up with the funds to be able to make the moves that I want to make, to be able to make the music that I want to make, to be able to shoot the videos that I want to shoot and execute the ideas that I have in mind. So the process of that isn't so easy if you don't have money coming in. So basically what I've tried to design for myself is aside from working, I also own a studio. And the studio that I own, I work with a select group of people that I love and believe in, aside from the fact that we have a business relationship. And I don't like to work with people that I'm not invested in because I'm a very all or nothing person. So even when there's business involved, my word is my word, and I stand on that. Like the same way I said I was gonna be here today is the same way that if I tell you I'm gonna do something for you, it's because I'm gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? I don't just like my face is super clean in this industry. This is a super dirty game, and a lot of people like to throw dirt on their own name. I'm not one of those people, and I'm big on making sure that I do what I said I was gonna do, and I told myself that I was gonna make music. So we're doing that.
It's all about faith when you take that path, because a lot of times the people around you may not follow like that same vision or even understand what you're going through trying to make it. Because it's a lot of your time. A lot of your time goes into it, and you don't have time for, like you said.
No, and not everybody that you invest time in is gonna be considerate of your time.
That's true.
So
you're speaking facts.
So sometimes you will pour your heart and soul into somebody. For example, to use an analogy, a glass of water. Sometimes you'll spend your life pouring into people, and some people won't put a drop in your cup, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You can't have people like that around you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because think about what you would be able to do with somebody that pours back into your cup. You know what I'm saying? That exists. It's out there.
That's true.
Believe it or not, there's somebody outside right now that's dying to run into a group of people like you guys that might bring something to the table that you guys don't have. It might sound stupid, but I get what I'm trying to say, and I know it's so much bigger than one of us, bro. Somebody, Don Dinero, told me too one time an analogy about a rubber band. He's like, think about it like that we're all inside of a rubber band. He goes, bro, you can run hard as fuck, bro. He goes, you're not going nowhere, bro. He goes, unless we all work together. If we all move in the same direction, you're gonna move faster. Mm-hmm. And bro, it makes sense, bro. To me, I stand on that. That's why I have a team. That's why I work with multiple people. Look at that album. I have maybe 3 songs by myself, bro, because I'm super unselfish. I put everybody before I put myself, and I'm not ashamed of that. I don't look at that like a bad or a negative thing. I think that I embrace being a giving person, and I think that givers just need to set limits because takers don't have them. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we're the same way. We put our ego to the side. This isn't really a competition for us in the podcast world. This is just us talking to like-minded people and
Competing with yourselves.
Yeah, we're open to go to other podcasts and, collabing and just continuing to spread the word that just follow your passion. And
100%.
especially in a city like this, there's a lot of distractions. Like we're in a city where there's a distraction every single night, even on
Everywhere.
a Monday night up until 7 in the morning.
That's why
So you
another
have to
reason
be-
this is the hardest city, one of the hardest cities to make it in. I'm not gonna say the hardest, but one of the hardest cities to make it in. There's always something going on here, bro. You understand? Like, how many people perform here every Friday? Think about it. You can go to like 5 different shows if you wanted
For
to.
sure.
Yeah.
So the competition here is on another level for everything. If you sing, you gotta sing because people really sing over here, bro. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Like, whatever it is that you do, you gotta really do it. And that's why I feel like, how do I put it? You were talking earlier about hard work and how that plays a role into everything that you do. My brother, like, that's a factor. That's a huge factor that people leave out. Like, you can be great at what you do, bro. But if I want this shit more than you, I'ma fucking beat you, bro.
How bad do you want it?
It's like, that's just how it works.
No doubt.
Maybe it's not today, but one day I'ma look at you and be like, I told you.
That's
You feel what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely.
And that's the goal, bro. The goal is to continue to make music for the people that do enjoy it and continue to prove all the other people wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when it comes to, like you said, collaborating with a lot of great artists because you respect their art and their work, that's the same when it comes to, like, I feel like I see a lot of that in Spanish music more than more than rap, because in rap it's like a person will feel proud that there was no features on their album. But in Spanish, it's like, let's put 20 features on this song. Like, I've seen almost 10 features in a song. And it's because they all have great minds and they all work together to create this beautiful music that they put their ego to the side and say, yo, let's collaborate and make music.
Which is what I'm saying, but keep in mind that still everybody here is an artist. A lot of people, not in this specific album, but when you put 20 people on a song or 20 people on an album, that's no easy task. To get 20 people to believe in what you're doing when you haven't had any success, and to get these 20 people to not only believe in it that much to jump on it, but to then tell you, hey, look, when you go do the show, let me know. We'll go fuck that shit up on stage too, wherever you want.
Yeah.
That's big time.
You feel me? Like, that's a huge plus, and something that I never counted or depended on from the beginning. So the fact that I have these tools and these this support system is something that I lean on 100%, because they are my heart and soul, bro. These aren't my friends. These are my family. This is my wife. These are my best friends. These are the people. No one here, everybody here is 10 plus, 15 plus years. I've known him 15 years.
Same, bro.
You feel me? Like, I'm trying to do big things, bro, and not big things like for one person. I'm trying to kick the door down and take everybody in that bitch with us, bro, like that. You feel me? And I think we can do it. I think that we just need to focus on the bigger picture and realize that it's a movement, bro. It's not one guy. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not what one person can do. It's what everybody can do together, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow you'll have an event, and maybe you're gonna have people performing at the event, and maybe I can go perform at your show, or there'll be somebody else be performing at your show. The whole thing is to make it all bigger than what it already is. Miami has a huge backstory, a huge culture, and you guys, I'm assuming, were born and raised here too, so you guys are also, you guys know everything that has to do with this beautiful city that we live in, bro. And I'm happy that you guys aren't just shedding light on everything that's Miami, but the culture, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people that are working hard to get to where they want to go. I really fuck with people that put in the hard work, bro, which is why I rock with him so much. You know what I'm saying? And he was a younger guy, you know what I'm saying, on a team with a bunch of people that were older. They would always put him to play with people that were older than him. And, bro, this motherfucker would go there and hit balls off the wall and make diving catches and do a bunch of stuff that it wasn't because he was lucky or because he's talented. This motherfucker would show up to practice an hour early. He was practicing on Saturdays and Sundays. When you were sleeping, he was fucking studying baseball books and collecting baseball cards and obsessed with it. That's why he was doing good, not because he was God-given talent.
No, you gotta be obsessed.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I rock with him so much. I identify myself a lot with him. And I'm sure that's why maybe he used the term big brother, because I apply that same fucking structure and that same mentality to everything that I do. And maybe it isn't the best way of wording it, and maybe I didn't pick the best way of saying things, but a lot of times we need to run into people that do stuff like that, because even though he wasn't the best communicator, he brought out the best in me. He really did. He pushed me to be a better me, my high school baseball coach.
Yeah.
So to be real with you, like, it's still all love, and I hope that he's doing big things wherever he is, bro.
Yeah, like you said, no matter what road life gives you, you got to keep running. And something I like about what you said, too, is how you believe a lot in bringing people together. And I think that's the key in a lot of things, especially in business, when you have a lot of people that are stronger in different aspects of the business. And when it comes to just like bringing people together, the vision of the Miami Hustle is to one day, like you said, maybe I'm having an event and you want to perform. One day I want to rent out a huge venue, like almost like Ultra type of venue, like a huge venue, and have different stages with different Miami local artists performing, maybe a rap stage, maybe a Spanish stage, maybe a house stage. And then bring everybody together where if you make shirts, you have a stand and you're selling your merch. If you are
With
a
vendors.
realtor, if you're a realtor, you bring up a little stand and let people know what's up. And anybody that's doing anything in Miami is more than welcome to come. You could have a little tent. You can sell your own stuff, promote your own stuff, let people know what you're on.
We've
and then
done that.
all of the performers like you will be on stage.
We've done
And
that.
that's how we bring the community together.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta do stuff not just for the city, but aside from that, I think that the fact that we put on for the city and we rep the city a lot, I think that keeps the culture alive. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think that there's not many of us left, bro. To be real with you, I feel like not a lot of people are super prideful about being maybe from here. You know what I'm saying? The way people are maybe from New York, you know what I'm saying? And other cities that have more of a connection with hip-hop. I'm not saying that Miami doesn't have a connection with hip-hop, but New York is the birthplace of hip-hop. So
I think maybe the tourism has gone so up that the hustlers within Miami that are born and raised and love the city as much as we do, we're all there, but we're like amongst a bunch of tourists that come in and out nonstop. So that's why.
And there's so many cultures here.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just Cubans in Miami. There's Haitians in Miami. There's Dominicans in Miami. There's Venezuelans in Miami. There's Nicas in Miami.
Got everything.
There's everything in Miami.
I would expect those, people from all types of cultures to come in Miami and respect it and treat it as their home.
No, for sure, but it's a big melting pot of cultures. So
Yeah, I guess I can't relate. I'm always gonna rep Miami, like.
But that goes back
because-
to us being the first generation Americans. Like, we are Miami people.
Were you
whereas
born
Exactly.
here as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, I was born in Miami.
Your parents
I forget
are Cuban?
what hospital. I think Palmetto Hospital. But
Your parents are Cuban.
both are Cuban American,
Okay.
first generation. Same stories as you guys.
Same as me.
It's a different feeling. And then just coming from whatever country or from whatever state.
brother, you were
Well,
so close to talking like, oye, que vuelta hacer, hey, you were this close, bro.
Exactly.
Me too, bro.
Exactly.
You would have been cutting sugar cane in Cuba with me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
We
damn,
can-
dog, you heard that new gente de zona, bro?
Nah.
No, we can all relate because our parents came from Cuba for us to have a better life. So we all have that grind and motivation to do everything that we could possibly do to basically retire our parents and make sure that they could travel the world and enjoy their life, because they sacrificed their life to make sure that we're free. So
That you're able to be right now saying whatever you
Exactly.
feel
Nah,
like it on that microphone.
I'm in a podcast. So there's
FYI.
no way this is going down in Cuba.
No
There's
way.
no way.
You go to jail for this shit.
Exactly. So shout out to our parents.
Shout out.
For real.
They're all Cuban. My parents as well on both sides, and they came here when my mom was 19, my dad was 20. They didn't even know each other. They met here in Miami, and now it's like it's up to me and my brother and my sister to make sure that we grind as hard as possible, and we can't just rest because we're working for them. Like, we need to make sure that they're good. That's why they came here. So
100%.
No, yeah, you have to. If there's the opportunity, you have to go after it.
This album, since it's called Mis Raíces, a funny fact about this, since we're talking about this, when you open the album in the hard copy, I really wanted to make this personal, since I really put a lot of effort, time, money, and everything into this album and the next one. When you open this album, there's a collage of pictures that really is my roots, and there's pictures of me as a baby in Cuba when I went to go visit my family. You see a lot of pictures of me as a kid at different stages of my life in Cuba, in Miami, here. You see the street that I grew up on. So I really wanted to make it real personal and real Miami. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I keep saying it, but I really rock with what you guys are doing, bro. The name of it, and bro, whatever you guys need from me, I'm here, bro.
No,
you know,
same,
and,
bro.
Appreciate
and
that, yeah.
I'm super grateful for the opportunity, the platform, and it's all up from here, brother.
Big
You know
things
what
are
I'm
coming,
saying?
bro.
Yeah, you're
We just gotta
welcome
keep
anytime.
working and grinding, and let's keep spreading the word on the culture. You feel me? The city. I think that this is just the beginning of what we're capable of doing, bro. You know what
It
I'm
is,
saying?
yeah.
There's people that have done more with less. So why can't we?
Speaking of continuing to work and continuing to grind, what's next for you? Like, so also my plan and vision for the Miami Hustle is we're gonna have all of our guests coming in, like, to do multiple episodes. Like, you're gonna come back a couple months later,
Fire.
whenever you feel like,
Whenever you guys let me
whenever
know.
you're able to, and then tell us how it's been. And now the fans are gonna start to really get to know you. And a couple months from now, you're gonna talk about how the album release went, where you've been performing. And
Fire.
all of this is just gonna continue to pile up, and then when you finally blow up to where you're like Pitbull, where the whole world knows your name, you're gonna be able to see the first episode when you were just trying to make it, and then something popped, and then it's gonna be documented. Like, we're gonna see exactly why you're speaking it, and then you're gonna go out and do it. So what do you think is next?
Next, bro. Well, the album that I have after this one that I was talking about earlier is called YUMA. And YUMA is a word that the Cuban community uses to basically address people like us. We are considered unos YUMA in our reality. So the reason that we went with that name is because that's what I am, and the music is that precisely. It's Cuban American music. It's you listen to the Cuban culture, the rhythms with son, timba, salsa, basically all of the traditional Cuban rhythms over rap, trap, hip hop, boom bap. It's not one style. It's different styles of salsa with different styles of rap, trap, and hip hop. So it's like it doesn't all sound the same. The songs are different BPMs. There's some fast ones. There's some slow ones. But I'm super happy with the end result of that album. Like I said, it's a lot of live instrumentation. We have trombone players, trumpet players, timbaleros, drummers. Like in the music, you hear like not just snare drops, like no. You hear like doom, 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 like all of like real like, and it's just I connect a lot with the music, man, because it makes you want to dance, it makes you want to move, and that's what music was originally made for. So I really want to connect more with my roots, with my people, with my city, with what we're trying to do, bro. And I think that we're gonna do that with the next album called Yuma, which is alongside the legend, the pioneer too, Edika, who has worked with Gente de Zona, who has worked with El Chacal, Carlos Manuel, El Único. He's worked with all kinds of. He's opened doors for a lot of people that are doing big things, and I'm super blessed to be able to work on that album with him, with Brainiac, my brother right here, with J Pro. It's something I think that no one's done an album that is. With the Cuban rhythms that we're bringing to the table played live and implementing 2023 trap music on top of all that. You feel what I'm saying?
You're gonna take over.
It's the wordplay. It's not, it's not just like ABC rap. You know what I'm saying? Like there's substance there. If you really listen, there's stuff going on, bro. There's in the wordplay. I mix English with the Spanish. So it might not be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm totally okay with that, brother. I'm making the music that I love to make, the music that makes me feel good, and
It may not be everybody's.
I'm super happy with the album.
It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's gonna be everybody's little cup of cafecito for sure.
Hey.
It's gonna get people
I
up and
hope so.
dancing.
Everybody's Cuban coffee shop.
Yeah, we know too much about that.
Yeah, man.
And if you don't know, you gotta get on that.
Yeah, Brainiac, my dog. My dog be making the fat. But yeah, bro. I appreciate not just the opportunity of this, but whatever else we're gonna do in the future. You can always count on my support, and I'm grateful for what you guys are doing for the city, bro. For the culture of Miami, for Miami music, for Miami creators, for anything that is creative and interesting out of Miami, bro. It's good that you guys shed light on that, bro, and give a platform to people that are really busting their ass and sacrificing and doing stuff to get to where they want to go.
Yo, this is just like me being curious again, but when you make a song the way that you do and you implement, like, let's say trumpets, and you implement all of these musicians, how is the process of, like, do they listen to it first and then they're able to just recognize and play it from what they know, or do they read the music, or how are you able to put all that together?
A lot of times what we'll do is me and my brother Brainiac that's here, we would basically come up with the idea, the concept, a rough draft ourselves. And I work with another brother of mine, his name is Walter. He comes to the house, to the studio. We basically sit down, we make a couple ideas, a couple piano rhythms, and then we build. You know what I'm saying? We basically make the song from scratch.
Wow.
And after we have a concrete idea, then when the song is basically recorded and so forth, and we're ready to go, and the trumpets and trombones are ready to go, we go mix and master, and it's pretty much done from there. You know what I'm saying? We try to not have people get too creative with their ideas. I have an idea already of what I want you to do when I call you to come play an instrument. You get what I'm saying?
Nice. So that's super raw. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's how. That's interesting. I feel like I don't know too many people that do that nowadays. It's more just beats maybe on YouTube or from a producer, just straight like you can't bring that to life. But when you bring a trumpet player out on Calle Ocho and you start playing the whole band, you're gonna bring, like I said, you're just gonna bring so many people together. It's gonna be fun.
I'm super excited, man, and the music is super good. I feel like it's very Miami, bro. The music is very Miami, so I'm super excited for you guys to give it an ear when it does come out. It would make my day for you guys to just let it ride one whole way, the whole way through, and then call me right after and let me know what you thought.
For sure.
100%.
What does Pitbull mean to you, coming from Miami and just repping it so hard, and not only rapping but also creating Spanish music? I see a lot of like Pitbull in your ways of moving, and I think it's a lot of has to do with Miami as well.
Well, he's a legend, bro. I have to give him the credit that he deserves. I admire what he's done for the city. I admire what he's done musically, what he's been able to create, and he's opened a lot of doors for a lot of people too. And he's done big things, bro, for the city. So probably he's one of the biggest to do it out of where we're at. And I admire what he's done. I hope to one day be able to do something like what I do and be able to maybe have a record with him. I know that it would be something special simply because of the style of music that I do, and simply because of what I represent and because of what he represents to the culture and who he is. He's a pillar, a tower to the Cuban community, and he's a legend, bro. Super legend.
Nah, I think you'll get there one day. That's why I brought him up. And I see you got the Wade jersey on, so it got me thinking of the, I guess it's not called the AAA anymore, but that's what we know about.
Yeah.
I mean, the Miami Arena. I
It's
guess
not called the FTX Arena anymore either.
Yeah. So the Miami Heat Arena. You ever thought about performing in there? What that would be like?
That would be awesome, bro. That would definitely be a dream come true. For a lot of people, they would like to perform at Madison Square Garden or perform here, perform there. But definitely, it is definitely on my bucket list to one day. I would love to perform at the Miami Heat Arena.
Maybe even the Marlins Park. This one right here.
Hey,
man, that would be awesome.
I can see that happening. I think you're gonna perform in the Marlins Park, because this is Little Havana. This is the heart of huge, Miami, man. Right here.
No, definitely. I think that the music is going to resonate with the people. I think that it's something that it's urban. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that it sounds street, but at the same time, it sounds like a salsa song. So I feel like we're giving them the best of both worlds, and I'm super confident about the next stuff that we're going to drop, man. I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
No, I can't wait either. I'm excited. Have you ever, were you a big concert guy? Like, do you go to concerts or?
I have. I've been to a couple shows. I've been to a Rick Ross show. I've been to a Lil Wayne show.
Nice.
Lil Wayne and T-Pain, actually, they performed together.
T-Wayne.
What else? I've been to a lot of Spanish shows, to be honest with you. I grew up with a lot of that in my culture because both of my parents are really from the older generation in Cuba, where they listen to a lot of salsa, a lot of bolero, a lot of the traditional Cuban music, not just like reggaeton and stuff like that. So
it gives you life.
So I grew up with a lot of like a weird musical taste because I had like that side, but at the same time, you saw like, man, I was a fan of everything from Talib Kweli to Rick Ross to Drake to Griselda to Millie's to I listen to so many different artists. I'm not stuck on one genre, one sound, one everything, which is why I feel like it reflects in my music too, because I make R&B, I can make rap, I can make we've made reggaeton, we've made reparto, we've made salsa, we've done all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I try not to put myself in a box when I listen to music or when I make it. So that way I don't restrict myself.
Versatile. Be adaptable, whatever anybody needs,
100%.
whatever you gotta do.
They know, they've seen me. I've had to be in a studio and somebody walk up to you and be like the person that I'm working with at that time tells me, bro, I need you to write me a hook, right? And they're working on like an R&B song, right? And I might not even be in the mood to be doing R&B at that moment, but you have to get in the mood, bro. You know, it's an opportunity.
How do you do that? How do you get in the mood?
I love making music, bro. I love, aside from making music, I love creating something that maybe somebody can look at and say, or listen to and say, damn, like, that shit is fire. You know, like, damn, that shit sounds good.
Yeah.
And that's what I strive for with making music. I don't want to be the music guy that you listen to because he did 3 years in jail and he's popping because he stabbed some guy backstage, or I don't know. Like, I want to be the guy that you listen to because his music is good. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm shooting for, bro. I want to be good at what I do, not famous for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're an up and coming artist, what is like the ideal, like besides motivation, besides being obsessed with it, like what path is the best way to take to maximize your skills? Is it to do the studio run? Is it to get ultra familiar with the programs? What's the best way?
Not everybody's gonna have the same path, bro. And not everybody's gonna have the same tools. So, for example, you have EJ. So EJ knows how to work the computer. EJ knows how to record. EJ knows how to maneuver through a lot of those currents. You know what I'm saying? Now, what happens is if you didn't have an EJ, that would obligate you to either learn it yourself or pay somebody or find somebody that's gonna help you like an EJ. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people that I didn't always have somebody like EJ or somebody like my brother Brainiac or somebody like J Pro. So when I had a lot of moments where it was just me. You understand what I'm saying? So it was either you quit or you stop doing music or you have to find a way how to keep the ball rolling for yourself. So I did what was best for me in that moment. And I think that that's what any artist should do, is play with the cards that they have in their hand. You feel me? Like, you got to go with what you got and build from that, you know?
To that,
I started making videos with my brother Pee Wee. He still to this day is the guy that does all my artwork and graphic design. He created this logo that we all wear, and basically one day to the next, he basically was just straight up with me and told me like, hey, yo, bro, like I don't have a passion for this like the way I used to, and this and that led for me to then have to look for somebody else to then work on my videos. I mean that didn't mean that he didn't support me or wasn't going to help me. He still to this day makes my graphic art. You know what I'm saying? And helps me edit videos sometimes and does a million things for me. He's somebody that's done a million things for me. But bro, like I ended up having to talk to somebody else. I spoke to a couple friends. One of my brothers, Trigger Mike, who have an album out with also called Supply and Demand. This guy ended up telling me, my brother Trigger Mike ended up telling me, I have somebody that does videos. He's a beast. His name is Rob Dade. And when I looked up Rob Dade had already worked with Ace Hood, had already worked with Ball Greasy, had already worked with Gunplay, had already worked with Billy Blue, had already worked with a bunch of people that are from Miami. And I'm like, damn, that would be awesome, you know, because he's from Miami. My whole thing is from Miami, right? So he was like, oh, I'm gonna put you down, whatever. He ended up calling Rob Dade, spoke to Rob Dade, and then I ended up getting a phone call from Rob Dade. And Rob Dade is like, hey, Trigger Mike spoke to me about you, X, Y, and Z. He told me you wanted to shoot a video. He worked with me. We ended up making a super dope video idea. And from that day, we've just been collaborating. We've done 4 videos or 5 videos now. And like I said, I'm not only blessed to work with people that are talented, I'm blessed to work with people just like you guys that have a passion for Miami. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So like everybody involved is from here. They feel the music, they feel the culture, just like you guys do. That you're like, nah, I'm gonna rep Miami no matter what. You feel what I'm saying? How you just said like 10 minutes ago, my brother, I'll fight somebody over this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is like I love what I do. I love where I come from. I love what we stand for. I love that we're the first generation of our family to be born in this country. Our family fought hard as fuck so that we can be here and do whatever we want and say whatever we want, eat whatever we want, go wherever we want, dress however you want. You feel me? Like, and I don't take it for granted, bro. I'm exhausting all my options. I'm putting every single drop of blood, sweat, and tears that I have into what I do, and so is everybody that you see behind that camera. And this is no longer a hobby. I don't even consider myself an up-and-coming artist because I've worked with people that have done big things. So I consider myself somebody that's trying to get to where they want to go. I consider myself somebody that is a great dot connector. You feel me? And you don't have to be an ace. You don't have to be a jack of all trades, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the best at one thing. You can be good at many things. You feel what I'm saying? And I think I can put it all together in a way that not too many people can. You know what I'm saying? And I'm confident in the music, bro. Super confident.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, how you're able to connect the dots. There's beauty in the art of figuring it out. A lot of things can happen as you try to figure things out, whether it's going on Google or calling or finding a number on Google and then calling someone's office or calling somebody to ask them the question that you needed to know. And then, like you said, or I need an engineer, and this guy, he can't do my shit anymore. Let me go figure it out. Let me go call this guy that I know might know a guy. And then he'll get you to that guy that you would have never met. But within the art of figuring it out and making those phone calls that some of them led to dead ends and dead ends and dead ends. But I reached out to here, and I went over here to this office and asked about this, and that led me to learn that I need to go to this office, and then it all connects, and that's where there's beauty in it.
All those names on the CD of the people that I worked with, all of them, when I sent them music, I sent them the music, and some of them maybe didn't write back for months. And then I would get a message or a phone call and from a number I don't know, and then I'd answer the phone, and it would be somebody that I sent music to, and they'll be like, yo, like a legend, like Domingo, for example. I sent Domingo a song, and Domingo heard the song, and I don't think he didn't write back to me for quite some time. And then after a while, he sends me a message, and he's like, what's your phone number? And I was there at my house, like, oh shit, he got the email. Mm-hmm. So I responded, I gave him my phone number. He called me at the moment. He's like, yo, that song is hard as fuck, bro. I really like that song. He goes, let's do it. And I was like super excited, that's super amazing. Happy, man. And
it's like you planted seeds, and then eventually it grows.
I got lucky. Aside from the fact that I work hard, I had the luck of that these people wanted also to do it. They had the option of saying no, is what I'm saying.
But you don't message them. You put it out there, so you planted that seed, and then months later, like you said, out of nowhere, you were in your room, and
what I'm saying is that
popped.
There's more to this than just hard work. You can bust your ass, and that doesn't mean you're entitled to anything.
Yeah.
So, what I'm trying to say is that aside from having to work hard, you have to have a little luck. You have to have a little people that are willing to pour into your cup too. Mm-hmm. People that are willing to contribute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've been blessed to have not one, not two, not three. I have over 10 people that have played a huge role into what I do. Number one being my wife. And everybody else that sits behind her right now are the key players in what I do. They're the people that are here with me every single day, pushing and rowing the boat.
Nah, it takes a team. It takes a team, bro.
And I'm super blessed, bro. I'm super blessed. I have a lot of help that a lot of people don't have, and I'm not taking it for granted. I'm trying to make the most of what I have. And as you can see, bro, we print our own CDs, we shoot our own videos, we have our own studio. You know what I'm saying? And not just a mic with a computer, brother. Like, we have full-blown analog gear, acoustic panels. We've really done a lot in the past couple years, and the goal is to continue to strive, continue to grow, continue to elevate, continue to level up. And it doesn't stop here, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We're not where we want to be yet.
Nah, the songs keep getting better.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, you live and learn. That's all it is. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited,
bro. It's gonna be, all this is happening this year, right?
This is, I would say, in the next month to 2 months.
That's a big year.
Is what we got planned. Right now we're rolling with this album. We just dropped a new video too. The new video is called La Presión.
Tell me about the process of making a music video. Just for the artists out there that maybe they're thinking about, you know, starting to put their music out there and they want to do a video. Like, what's that looking like?
Well, La Presión, like this video that I was talking about right now, for example, is the last video that I just put out. And this is a video, bro, that really takes a lot of production value into this video, a lot of planning. It was like 7 months of planning in this video. We bought prop money, $1 million worth of prop money. We bought desks on OfferUp, filing cabinets and everything to put the room how we wanted it to look, just like the movie scene. Yeah. If you look in the scene where I'm counting the money on one of the filing cabinets, there's even like an Advil bottle. That's, if you look at the Scarface scene, there's also a little Advil bottle, the money counter, the lamp, the manila folders, everything. We did it to the T how it's in the movie for Scarface. The clothes that I'm wearing, the shirt, the suit, the everything. We really took a lot of time, bro, to plan, to execute the video, make sure that everything was going to go the way that we wanted it to go. I'm super happy, man. The video, I think right now it has like 30 or 32,000 views. It's been like maybe 2 weeks. I'm super happy with the love and the response that we've received from the video, the support. I got the legend Edika on that song too, and I have also Terror Squad Zone. Tony Sunshine is also a part of the song, who is a legend also in the hip-hop and rap game, is somebody that he's helped me a lot too, and he's opened a lot of doors for me too, and it will always be all love and respect for him and for everybody else that played a big role in not just this album, but in my musical growth.
That's what's up.
But yeah, about a video, as a matter of fact, it's a lot of money, bro. You gotta spend a lot of money, bro. You have to have a vision. You have to know what you want, because just like the music world, everybody's gonna pull you in a different direction. Not every cameraman or video guy has the vision that you have. Some people are more simple. Let's just stand here, record here. I'm more of a like, we're not gonna do that like that.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot that goes into being an artist. It's not just about the songs and the songs that you make and the beats that you produce. It's a lot of like we talked about, a lot of business behind the scenes that no one really gets into or talks about. Even making your music video is investing a lot of your money into creating this form of art, from what you explained to me. And I feel like that's important for everyone to know, that just because you wanna make music, it doesn't mean that you're just gonna be making music. Like, you gotta build a business, you gotta build a brand.
There's more to it than just making music.
Yeah, you gotta connect with others. You need to work as a team. You're not just the best because you're the best. You're the best because you have a great team behind you.
100%. Nah, you don't see people like, for example, Mark Anthony. Look at these names. Like, Mark Anthony's still selling out that Miami Heat stadium, still today, 20 years later after he was popping. So think about, it's not about being poppin'. We've gotten into a world where being poppin' is what everybody wants to do. And like, I want my music to stick with the people, bro. I want you to hear a song and be like, damn, I remember that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. For it to be a time, a wave, a movement, a style, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm shooting a lot bigger than to just go viral for one day. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be the guy that they want to work with to go viral.
Perfect.
You feel me? So
that's what it's about.
The goal is to keep striving, bro. Yeah. Keep making good music, and to continue to invest in yourselves, bro, and in myself.
If you're a fan, what's the best way to support you?
The best way to support me would be to DM me, to DM my brother Brainiac 305, to DM my brother Little Kevin 305. and buy a CD. We're selling CDs. We're also, you can stream us on all platforms. We are on Vivo, on YouTube, on Tidal, on Apple Music, on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Richy Rich 305. We just, like I was talking, we just dropped a new music video featuring Tony Sunshine, featuring Edika. I just dropped a new album called Mis Raíces with a lot of features, a lot of new features too, a lot of up-and-coming talent, a lot of veterans, a lot of legends. There's a lot of good music there, stretching from trap to salsa rap to no two songs are the same. I can promise you that you're going to love it. And if you haven't checked it out yet, then you're super slipping, bro.
Yeah.
Super.
Nah, it's fire. You should definitely check it out. Richy Rich.
Thank you, my brother.
Success,
I appreciate you guys.
Yo, shout out Richy
Thank you
Rich.
so much.
Everybody buy, not only stream, but buy the physical copy and just support the home team. We do it for the city. We do it because we love the city and we love the people in it and we love the culture. So let's keep that love and support within each other and our community so that once we make it and blow up, we remember where we came from.
100%.
So again, shout out Richy Rich in the
Appreciate
building
y'all,
for
man.
the first episode with us. There will be
Thank you so
more, and
much.
we're going to document his success all the way to
No
the top.
doubt.
Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for having me. My brother EJ.
My dog.
Thank you for the opportunity. I know how hard you guys work on what you guys do. And like I told you earlier in the podcast, whatever it is that I can do to support, you can always count on my support. I'm a man of my word. And I want to be able to grow side by side with you guys, bro. And hopefully we can have this podcast at some point on a yacht off the coast